Just bear with me. I'm coming.
Oh, you're fine.
All right, there you go. Welcome to the Life with Joey Calvo podcast. I am Joey Calvo. Please continue to help out the victims of the Texas floods and the California wildfires. They do still need our help as they are rebuilding. Today we have Robert A. Wilson. He's a philosopher, linguistic innovator, and sovereign revelation leader. He's a visionary gladiator who dissolves inherent limitations and activates sovereign emergence through lingo, philosophy, and energetic wisdom. Robert, welcome to the podcast.
Well, thank you for having me, Joey. It's my honor and privilege to be here.
Okay. And so, Robert, explain to me, how did we get to where we're at right now? Who is Robert Wilson?
Everything I do, I've expanded myself. But in 1997, I was working in Portland, Oregon as an electrician. And you know how you get to some time in your life, you get to a certain age. I was about 41 or 2, and my life was going nowhere. So I got into a home-based business. The home-based business never did very well, yet they pushed personal growth. So I really indulged into that, and from 1997 to 2007, I was doing everything, all the CDs, and I went to life coaching.
Mm-hmm.
But yet, Joey, nothing was doing anything. So in 2009, I was listening to a CD, and they used the word expand. So I took the word change out of my life and began using expand.
Okay.
Thereon, my life started moving forward. And in 2011, I unpunctuated all I call it energetic liberation writings, and I unpunctuated them. And something about unpunctuation people have never realized. Unpunctuation is actually natural and spiritual punctuation, because you take a breath and do whatever you want. When you read a punctuated book, you're trying to learn what that author wants you to know, and you're actually living inside their limitations and what they think, but you're not living inside your own inner rising revelations. Mm-hmm. So when I started unpunctuating my writings, things started moving forward. But in 2007, I went to hypnotherapy school, and then just started moving forward. And then I retired 3 years ago, and I went to hypnotherapy school again. And what I really understand now is the outside world's an illusion. It's an illusion of our own subconscious mind, frozen in time representations. And everything that happened in the outside world is either to instigate or agitate you, either way. But it's never what it seems. It's the illusions of your subconscious past memory bank is telling you. And I opened up to that, and this is how I got to here. I discovered a whole new, it says linguistics in there. It's a liberating lingo of change, heal, create. Change. I let go of change, heal, create, transformation, forgiveness. And the biggest ones I let go of, Joey, is thinking no. Because everything you think and know is inherited from the outside world.
Okay. All right. So, one thing that you mention, or that you do, is dissolving scarcity consciousness and ancestral program. Can you explain a little bit about that?
Yeah, and I did a podcast last night, but the ancestral programming is our nervous system today, and our emotional snapshots, our cells. And when you understand the body controls the mind, and then you can start rising. And scarcity is something we've been taught through the indoctrinated education. And something I really discovered through AI and my asking questions to AI, it gives me some, I never was going to use it, but I do, but I ask it questions on why the world is stuck in scarcity. And our education systems actually teach scarcity and poverty because everybody thinks the money goes up. But what really is scarcity and poverty is understanding the wealth, and the wealth of your life is inside you. It's your wisdom, insight, and clarity. And once you understand that, and we always pay attention to the wealthy people of the world, right? We try to emulate them. Well, what we're trying to emulate is inside us. But we got to understand it's never going to always happen the same way for everybody. But it's really about having an internal investigation. I call it my Sherlock Holmes and Harry Houdini trick. Harry Houdini unlocks the door. Sherlock Holmes goes inside and investigates it. Because you can only listen and question your way through life to rise out of it. But scarcity is something we've been taught through all of our lives. My parents come out of the 30s. And that really ingrained scarcity in me. And see, what we did, Joey, we've actually inherited our parents' way of life without us understanding. And it's embedded in the nervous system, the body, the cells, and emotional snapshots. They actually control the mind. The body controls the mind. And see, it's like for me, and I really understand that now, because when something occurs, I've awakened to listen and pay attention. My body reacts first. And once the body reacts, that memory bank in the subconscious mind reacts to the real world. So we're actually controlled by the body, but we never understood that. And so when I really opened up to this, I started understanding the physical world is actually an innovator and a teacher. It's showing me my limitations and all the prosperity in the world, if that makes sense to people.
Okay. All right. So let's talk about sovereign switches. How do we break free from indoctrination?
It's an ongoing process, Joey. But you break through. You got to understand everything you learned in school is what other people want you to know and behave in your world. And a lot of that has to do with the language. You take the word self out of your life and start using the sovereign, because we're a sovereign, and understanding whatever you do to emulate somebody else, that person's actually in control of you. And you really got to open up to understand you are the innovator of your life. And you embody the wisdom, insight, and clarity to live it. But it's never going to fit inside indoctrinated education. Indoctrinated education is a foundation, Joey. Your everyday life is the wisdom. It's the experienced wisdom will rise you out of it. But we've been taught to be socially obedient. Follow everything, and I do this. I stay inside what society does. We're socially obedient. Sovereign allows you to bust the chains of the past and open up to invigorate your life here and now. And I really took the words change, heal, create, transformation, and I replaced them with one word. It's liberation. It takes out the cognitive recollections and your emotional snapshots of your life, because we really live through our emotional snapshots. But for me, the scarcity comes from my parents. And I grew up in a small town in South Dakota in the farming belt, and my parents come out of the 30s. And you always hear people say there's not enough in the world, or I'm not good enough. Well, that's a lie. Everybody is has unique talents, Joey, but they've never ever been showed the way. And everybody can show you, but it's up to you to discover your own pathways. And everybody's looking for answers and solutions. There is no such thing. There's pathways where you keep moving forward and upward in your life. But scarcity is taught to us every day in the media, the school system, and we're always looking. Well, I was guilty of this. Always looking for the rainbow, right? But the rainbow is inside you because of your undiscovered talent, wisdom, insight, and clarity. And really, you got to just start by understanding everything you have is enough right now. Once you become at peace with where you're at, not happy, but with peace, you can start rising out of it, Joey.
Okay. Oh, hold on a minute. I just realized what I did.
Oh, Uncle Murphy, he likes to play, doesn't he?
Well, no. Well, it's no. I was on the list of what we were talking about. There we go. Okay. And, all right. So, how can we access wisdom beyond words?
Listening. It's an energized listening, but you're going to listen and question your life. But you're not going to listen to the outside world. You're going to listen to the airways, and you're going to listen to your own talents. And the more you think and know, the more you stay the same. But you're going to listen, but you're also going to write imaged inspirations. That will rise you out of it. If you stop using think and know and use inspiration and speak from your inspirations, you start dissolving the past and you really start opening up to your own self. And, and as you're walking through the world, you listen to all the stuff in your daily life, there's unique wisdom or something unique comes out for you that day. And it's really about the here and now. Because the past, present, and future is right here in front of us, Joey. The past is a memory bank in the subconscious. The now is this, but the future is a frequency within us. But if you listen to the people you pass and quit thinking and stop following other people's programming and opening up to your own innovative way of life, you'll be open, move forward, because it's about listening to the airways. It's basically what it is, because things flow in from out of everywhere, and even stuff you pass, Joey.
Yeah,
like you read. It might wisdom don't come in big chunks. Wisdom comes in one word, two words, an image, or something you see in your life. That's the way wisdom comes. It's not, there's no path for it. It's just, I call it the out of everywhere dare, to listen and to envision it. And really, your words will color the outcome.
Okay.
And right. But really about listening. And you listen your way to the penthouse, talk your way to the outhouse.
Okay. All right. So explain a little bit about autonomous expansion through liberation, wisdom, inspiration, and innovation.
That's where it really comes. Is it energetic? Everything comes from right here up, Joey. If you feel it here, it goes up. It never goes down. And energetic liberation is about you feeling the flow of your life. And liberation is just letting go of being stuck in the past. Stop being a servant to your past. And what liberation does, it stops. You know how you have all the inner dialogue going all the time? And it gets negative when something's going on?
Mm-hmm.
Well, liberation and autonomous expansion is an internal expansion. It's basically autonomy and sovereignty are basically the same. It's about an autonomous expansion. But what it really does, it takes the thinking memory mind out of your life and allows the free flowing energy within you. It's your intuition, imagination, innovation, and you start expanding out. It never stays stuck in the thinking memory mind. See, the world rides on a railroad track.
Mm-hmm.
You got the education and business, but there's no imagination in there because you're too busy thinking. You can never think, no, listen to anything at the same time. You start thinking, it shuts off all listening. You might hear things, but you'll never listen. But it's about listening to your daily life. And Joey, it's about discovering yourself. I can sit here and tell you all about it, but everybody's unique. It's about you being willing to let go of thinking no. And that's what liberation is.
Okay. Sorry for the slight delay there. Talk about the Pure Liberation Television.
Well, the Pure Liberation Television is really a pure liberation podcast now.
Okay.
It just takes the thinking memory mind out, and it opens you up to listen to more than think, because most time you go to something, you start thinking and trying to guess what the author or the speaker is saying. Pure liberation is you get to listen and hearken to wisdom that's being said your way. It's just free flowing energy is all it is, Joey. If I say a whole bunch, I'm just complicating a simple thing, and I'm good at that.
Okay, so the podcast practically is just
the Pure Liberation Television. The guy never got it off the ground.
Oh, okay. All right. So, go ahead.
No, go ahead. I'm just going to say something.
No, go ahead and say it.
I said that he just never got it off the ground. It was bigger than he could handle.
Okay. So what's next for you?
Well, I got a podcast, and I do a Cowboy Wisdom podcast because I like wisdom over.
Okay.
Because wisdom is get your hands dirty.
Okay.
It may not be, it might be just in business, but it's get your hands dirty. And wisdom is the outcome of basically of challenges, chaos, and that, because we always think we're in chaos, but we're really in awakening, because chaos is an awakening, and the wisdom comes from that awakening. And once you have the wisdom, it's yours forever, because thinking and knowing changes, but attained wisdom stays the same all the time.
Okay. All right. So how can people reach out to you if they want?
My website is right there at My Cowboy Wisdom. My email's cwbywsdm@gmail.com, and you can go to my website and get a hold of me. And there's free downloads. There's you can read forever, and then you can understand all my writings are unpunctuated, Joey. Because something I discovered, when you read something, the periods and all this, you're really reading what the other people thinks and what they think the world should be. There's no sovereign innovation in a punctuated writing.
Okay. All right.
But the non-punctuated writings allow you to discover yourself. The most undiscovered thing in everybody's life is themselves and their talents.
Okay. So, what's the best advice that you could give someone that maybe wants to really look at themselves and see what's going on?
The biggest, the best thing I discovered is I admit it to me. Whatever is inside me, I admit it to me. And once you admit it, you can start rising and liberating from it. But, most people are afraid to admit their own shortcomings, right? Because I'm perfect. And the biggest thing somebody can say is I am athletically imperfect, discovering my way through life. Because we're all imperfect, but imperfect is the internal magic within us all.
Okay.
But I admit to me, and something else, Joey, is when you're having some chaos and things like that, go to a park or buy some water and just start writing what's coming out and get it all on paper. And then as you're getting ready to leave, just rip the paper up and walk by the garbage and never write what's wrong with you in your house or what's coming out. Do it in a place where the energy is flowing. And the biggest thing for me was I just had to admit, the biggest one is I either allowed or I did everything in my life. And we're always trying to hide something, Joey.
Yes.
And it never hides.
Yeah.
And the thing about the things that you think you're the only one, you're never the only one. But what you do to rise out of it, that event or encounter or experience is for you to expand the world out of yesterday, because the wisdom you attain will expand everybody, because everybody's got a certain amount of that in their life. But it's really about you understanding you inherited everything in your life. Once you go from inheriting to embedding, inheriting allows you the freedom to rise out of it, and not change, but rise. I rise out of everything. You leave it behind.
Okay. So just really have to take a look at everything in your life and then figure out how to rise above it to be better.
Yeah, if you admit that you've done it, you encompassed it, then it's kind of funny how, well, somebody call it spirit, but it's funny how your spirit and your in your own inner energy will discover and bring things to you to rise out of it. But the harder you hold on to it, the longer you stay the same.
Okay. All right. So everybody go to mycowboywisdom.com, or you can email Robert on the email right on the screen there, and he will be happy to guide you through this and maybe even learn something. Literally will help you, guide you through your life. And it will definitely make your life better.
And Joey, the main thing is, the main wisdom is, don't be afraid to ask for. You don't want to ask for help. You want to ask for liberation.
All right. So mainly when people want to reach out to you, if anybody wants to liberate, quote unquote, liberate their lives, to reach out to you.
Yeah, and I am a hypnotherapist. They call it hypnoacuity. And the reason for hypnoacuity, Joey, is it takes the thinking mind away from therapy.
Okay.
It gives you the freedom of moving forward.
All right. So definitely reach out to Robert in reference to that. He has free downloads on the mycowboywisdom.com website. And if you really want to go more in depth in liberating your life, and you feel that Robert can help you, you have the email right here on the screen. Just email him and he'll be happy to guide you through the steps that you need and what has to be done in order for you to liberate your life. So, All right, Robert, thank you so much for coming on the podcast. You're welcome to come back on anytime if you have anything new that you want to promote. We'll be happy to help you promote it on this podcast.
Yeah, what my deal, I never said this. It's energetic liberation. I liberate me is as simple as it gets. And everything you think is holding you back is I liberate me.
Okay. All right. So like I said, definitely reach out to Robert if you want to take that step and moving forward with your life and, liberating it. Mine is kind of liberating slowly as it is, but it's in a good progress in reference to it, where I'm actually starting to accept myself a little bit more, getting over the anxiety and depression that I have. So we started, we kind of liberated that a little bit over the past couple months. But Robert, like I said, anytime you want to come back on the podcast, you're welcome to come back on, and we can shoot the breeze on this even more.
All right. Thank you, Joey. It's my honor and privilege to be here, and I appreciate you for who you are.
All right. Thank you so much. And thank you, everyone, for watching the Life with Joey Calvo podcast. God bless you all.